Echo Xavier, and today we're doing another part of What If Naruto and Sasuke switched personalities. So what's going to happen this time is Naruto is actually going to be doing the tuning exams. Now, in the tuning exams, what happens is, well, actually not in the tuning exams yet. We have still a bit of before plot for that. Before plot happens, aka whatever, training, things like that. Little middle filling areas. Now, then what happens is inside of the tuning exams. Now, in this one, they agreed to the tuning exams, of course, but inside of the first exam, Naruto actually does most of the questions, due to the fact that Naruto had a lot of time in his childhood to do a lot of things, due to the fact that he, had to do, he didn't eat as often as a regular kid should. That's also why he's short, but that doesn't matter. Due to the fact that he didn't eat as much as a regular kid should, he did have good amounts of money, but I'm pretty sure that he would only get paid money once a month, and because of that, and due to the fact that he can't get normal groceries to just cook, which would actually last longer, I'm pretty sure. Instead, his only source of food would be Ichiraku ramen, which he was slightly grateful to them, but has cut his tie in a way with them by easily just completely only being there for a business-based thing. And, well, yeah, because he didn't want to get attached to them after what happened with his friends. And he also knew that the village could get attacked any day, or they could get killed due to the fact that they just interacted with him for too long and supported him, and that he's a demon. And the actual reason he thinks this is due to the fact that one of his friends that was technically an adult, who actually slightly cared for Naruto due to the fact that they weren't around for the Nine Tails attack, actually died, but he thought that he was killed because he knew him. In reality, he was killed due to the fact that he was a ninja he was a genin doing his mission and died on that. And he also would look after Naruto during that. Although, once he died, Naruto started thinking that if he made friends with people, they would die. Now, if you hear yelling in the background, that would be because of my sister just being loud. But that doesn't matter. Anyway, so what happens now is Naruto goes around to go to, well, actually not currently. I forgot I'm doing background lore. Whatever. Anyway, so then what happens is, as I've told you, Naruto would have a lot of time. Now, this gave Naruto, a lot of time to study and to also train. He had a lot more time than the other kids because he didn't have to worry about being friends with people, being taught how to do things, having people clear their busy schedules and everything. Also, by the way, Naruto, he actually had started his training with that genin that I was talking about. The fact that the genin saw that, the older people in the village were actually very rude to Naruto, and sometimes it got violent. And Naruto needed ways to defend himself against full-grown adults. Thus, that genin was the one that would teach Naruto. But the genin wasn't always around because he had missions and things to do also. Thus, what he would do is he would give Naruto scrolls, and Naruto would read the scrolls and use the scrolls to know what the things would do. And he used that for a while, and then eventually started stealing from the Hokage, like I mentioned before. Now, back to the actual reason what I was saying. Yeah, so he had lots of time to train and learn. Due to the fact that he had all of that time on his hands. And, well, actually, I guess that whoever the genin was would also be alive during the Nine Tails attack, but they didn't know any better than to, be friends with Naruto, of course, because niceness. It was just a nice guy, kind of like Obito or Naruto was supposed to be. But in reality, he died in the end, so yeah. First C-rank mission, he died. And Naruto just thought that he was killed for being his friend. That caused Naruto to cut ties with a lot of people and keep strict business relationships with them. Or classmate relationships. Now, that would be how it worked for a while in Naruto. And that's still gonna be how it works for him. And keep in mind that none of this is actually canon to the original storyline. And if you believe that it is, then you're tricking yourself. Anyway, so then what happens is Naruto, when he goes into the tuning exams, he actually had a lot superior knowledge, and the only reason why I was last place in the academy is due to the fact that he wasn't even trying. He was trying to make himself seem as weak as possible just to the academy's eyes, due to the fact that many people wouldn't want him to become strong in that academy if they hated him. Okay? And now what's gonna happen now is Naruto, yes, of course, he does the exam, and of course, he accepts all challenges, because if he doesn't become a ninja, it doesn't completely matter to his goal, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned before, is to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. Also, I'm sorry for the last video being slightly short, actually. But that doesn't matter. Now what's happening is Naruto, he goes to proceed on to the next part of the exam. Now, inside of that exam, Naruto actually doesn't leave to go to the bathroom. In fact, he had gone to the bathroom before the exam even started, due to the fact that he knew he needed to. Also, by the way, Naruto, he actually has no money to do meals after this, so his celebration for if he makes it past the second part will be to actually eat. I will say. Okay? Now, next thing that happens is when Naruto gets to be... Let me think. In the thing, when Orochimaru attacks, Naruto is actually there with Sasuke and Sakura. And, it's Orochimaru. So what Naruto does is, it's just Naruto. What's he supposed to do? Okay? And here's what happens is Naruto, he takes, of course, when Orochimaru I was about to say shuts up. I meant to say shows up. Whatever. Anyway, so when Orochimaru shows up, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, of course, they're, at first, Sasuke and Sakura are paralyzed by the bloodlust. Although Naruto, he's actually been to the Nine Tails quarters, because he, after finding out that the Nine Tails was in him during those 6-ish months or something between the tuning exams and the Land of Waves arc, it wasn't even 6 months. Whatever. What happened was Naruto actually during the time between the tuning exams and the Land of Waves arc, after the Land of Waves arc, before the tuning exams, Naruto actually went to his mindscape, which, of course, he went to there and found Kurama. Well, he doesn't know it's Kurama, but that doesn't matter. And Kurama, he isn't, hating Naruto's presence, but at the same time, he just dislikes how... He likes how Naruto's not using his Kurama's power, but Kurama hates how Naruto really just despises Kurama. He doesn't like Naruto because Naruto doesn't like him. And also, Kurama, it's just Kurama, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so what happens is, when Naruto met Kurama lit off all of his bloodlust. And, of course, Naruto would just be like, really? Really, really? Of course that would be enough to slightly shake Naruto, but Naruto was actually has a large resistance to bloodlust due to the fact that he experienced a lot more than Orochimaru was giving off himself. Because Kurama, he's been around for longer, and thus has built up more and more over the hatred that he has. And plus all of his kind side, or whatever, is just like out of him, thus it's twice as much as it should be. Thus, he's experienced more than enough to be resistant to Orochimaru's pathetic one. And, in fact, what Naruto does is he doesn't even get phased, and what he does instead is he literally slaps Sasuke. And this literally breaks Sasuke out of this little bloodlust effect, and he says, "Wake up. If you're scared off by that, then you shouldn't even be a shinobi." Or not shinobi. You shouldn't even be a genin. How do you think you're going to make it to Chunin if you're scared of a little amount of bloodlust? Also, I call it bloodlust. It's basically just paralyzing effect. But I'm calling it bloodlust due to the fact that, I don't know, just what I'm calling it, and nobody can stop me. Anyway, so then what happens is Naruto and Sasuke actually work together over this. Okay, because Naruto knew that he actually knew who Orochimaru was. He was a legendary Sannin. And what Naruto does after, slapping Sasuke in the face, he just says, "Orochimaru, legendary Sannin, what are you here for?" And, of course, it's just like Orochimaru's like, "Oh, he recognizes me." And he just says, "I'm here for the Uchiha." I can't say this at all. And what Naruto does is he just says, "Aw. Whatever, pathetic. Let's just continue whatever this is." And immediately what Naruto does is Naruto literally just, saying that Naruto knows like body flicker or something. So, of course, Naruto literally grabs Sasuke and, I guess Sakura too, just like touches them both and body flickers as fast as he can due to the fact that he has a lot of chakra. And he just says, "We're running for our lives." And Sasuke's just like, "What? Why?" And Naruto explains that that's Orochimaru, a legendary Sannin. And after Naruto explains who Orochimaru is, they're just like, "We stand no chance." And Sasuke then just asks, "So, why'd you save us?" And Naruto the only reason why he saved them is due to the fact that he thinks that they'll be useful in the future if he can manipulate them the correct way. Okay? Saying that also, keep in mind that Naruto and Sasuke's personalities are slightly differing due to the fact that they've faced different experiences than the other person and would have ended up different than they were in the original. Okay? Now, Naruto just says, "Because you guys would be more useful alive than dead." Oh, I guess also due to the fact that he wants you, Sasuke, and if he gets you, then I guess he would be winning. And I don't really want to give people what they want. And with that, I'm going to end it right there. And what happens now is Naruto just says, he doesn't say anything due to the fact that I'm ending it. It goes over, and that would be all.